Y'all know the way that I pre-film my videos, that sometimes I get a little bit behind on things. I gotta keep it real with you guys. Last week, I was kind of struggling on like which topics to talk about because I was like, damn, nothing really juicy had been happening. And I'm sitting over here like scouring the internet, literally like a fiend looking for some crack. I was like, where is the drama? What do I talk about? I even put it in my Patreon chat. I was like, what should I talk about? And I'm just like, damn, there's really not much happening. And you know what's so crazy? I made quite a few videos talking about Valet because if I'm keeping it real, she was the only person that was like popping up on my TikTok For You page. And I'm like, damn, homegirl's like really crashing out right now and going back and forth with all this drama. And then this whole stuff with like Santos and Jordan and all their beef was going on. Low key, y'all. I literally pre-filmed my videos, as you guys saw, and then I'm getting tagged in all of this shit on TikTok where Santos got arrested in Catalina. I have to say, as of right now, though, at the time of me filming this, there's really not like too much details. I am obviously going to play some clips within this video to where he's addressing the story. However, Valet and other people are getting up on the internet and creating their own story. But I have to say this. I'm just keeping it real when it comes down to like Valet and Jordan and things like that. Whenever they're speaking out about things, I would take everything they say with a grain of salt because they really are obviously trying to hop on this like whole hate train right here to obviously have some clout. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not even trying to be negative or shady. It's just those are the facts that Santos and Brianna Olsen are obviously way more famous than Jordan and Valet. By the way, I don't know if you guys saw, but Jordan's TikTok got permanently banned and I do not know why, but I was like, oh shit. But I have to say this. I saw Valet getting up on the internet and she was making some very serious accusations about this because apparently, allegedly, okay, let me cover my ends over here. Santos got arrested for DV. And look, when you hear DV, obviously you think that it's, you know, a partner of yours. Do you know what I mean? Whether it be a wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, whatever the case may be. I have to say, obviously, when I saw the DV thing too, I was like, oh my God, that means that he probably smacked up Bree. However, she got out there. I'm gonna make a separate video about Bree because I feel like her story is like super, super long, okay? So that'll be in a different part right there. But she even got out there and said like, no, he didn't hit me. He's saying that she didn't hit him. And I guess like the other friends that were there too said, no, that wasn't the case. So I'm letting you guys know as of right now, we obviously don't know the full story. We obviously have just seen the reports of him getting arrested in Catalina. And, I gotta say, I don't know, like, if I'm keeping it real, it's obviously a perfect opportunity for Valet and Jordan to hop up on the internet, be shady, act like they know the situation because obviously a lot of people know them by association of Santos and Brianna Olsen, so they're probably over here believing everything that Valet says, but I'm gonna keep it real with you guys, okay? I would not really be believing everything that Valet says. Jordan as well too, because obviously at the end of the day they're just over here kind of like, you know, looking for drama, looking for clout. And look, I totally get it, it's the name of the game, especially when you're a live streamer, you're going to be looking for this type of attention. However, I think it's really dangerous to get up on the internet and act like you know what happened when you were not there. Do you know what I mean? Because you don't know what you were like, you don't know what you're talking about. Like if you heard a rumor, you know what I mean? Like obviously you're gonna think it's this way. Anyways, y'all, I do want to go ahead and start this off by playing a clip by Valet to where she was talking about the situation because I want you guys to know what she was saying about it because obviously she makes it seem so much more severe than what it is. And then obviously I'm going to play Santos' story. I do want to say this though, okay? Obviously Santos can go ahead and make it seem like it was not that big of a deal and not really that serious, you know what I mean? And maybe Bree could even cover up for him because maybe she genuinely does love him. I think we're not going to know the truth until like body cam footage comes out. And I do feel like in situations like this, body cam footage is going to come out. And I feel like, a lot of people are going to want this footage to actually see what happened. I just think this is kind of crazy though, because I'll let you guys know before I even play Valet's like side of the story over here, or not her side of the story, her made up story, let's just say. He apparently went over to Catalina because it was Father's Day weekend. And I guess he was feeling really sad because he's been saying that he's been missing his daughter. I got to keep it real with you guys. I have not kept up with that situation. If you guys know any of the details about that, let us know in the chat because I'm so thrown off by this because months ago, I literally made a video about Santos signing away the rights to his daughter. So I'm like, why would you sign away the rights to your daughter if you're like over here, like, you know, acting this way and then pretending that you like, well, let me not say pretending because obviously I don't know him. So I don't know if he really does or doesn't miss his daughter. But at the end of the day, it's kind of like you're not taking those steps to obviously get, you know, at least 50% custody of your daughter. So I was a little bit thrown off by this, that he went over there and was basically saying that he was sad about his daughter's situation. So he got overly intoxicated and then acted a fool. Anyways, I want to start this off by playing Valet's clip because of course it blew up on TikTok, and I do gotta say it seems like a lot of people were believing her, you know, version of what happened. And she didn't even know, she wasn't even there. So that's why I'm just kind of like, I wouldn't believe everything that you know, see or hear from somebody else, especially because they're literally beefing right now. Like, they obviously don't like each other and they're going at it. They are throwing so much hate. I'm gonna keep it real with you guys, okay? Right before I sat down to film this video, I obviously was going over what I wanted to talk about for this coming week. And I was like, y'all, there is so much drama between Brianna Olsen, Santos, Valet, and Jordan. And I'm just like, I think I'm getting really tired of that. Like, to be straight up with you guys, like, maybe if I can't find videos to like talk about, maybe I'll make another video about it. But I'm like, that's all that's popping up on my timeline is literally just the beef between them four. And I'm like, I'm so over this. This has been going on for months now. Like, their beef to me is so crazy because the things that they say about each other, like, they literally don't have any boundaries. They don't have any limits. They just literally just attack each other and make up all types of like really bad, you know, lies and accusations about each other. And I'm like, this is beyond messy. Like, I'm like, I think y'all just need to stop talking about each other at this point. But anyways, I do want to go to play this clip right here from Valet because y'all, it was blowing up on TikTok and everyone was believing her. So check it out.
I know exactly what happened. Okay, what happened was... Y'all are gonna say, I'm not even gonna say it because y'all are gonna say shit. But yeah, Jordan talked to somebody today and found out what happened. Okay, basically what happened, Santos put his hands on Bree and she like broke his phone or something, and MJ defended Bree and MJ and Santos ended up fighting. Sorry. How do you know that? Ruby told us. That's what happened. I just placed y'all up.
There y'all heard Valet right there saying that she knows what happened because Jordan reached out to somebody and got the tea. I am so sorry, but I would not believe anything that these two say. If you guys have been seeing their beef and seeing their lives, like, oh my God, the things that they say about each other, I'm like, it's so crazy too, because like the things that they say about each other, like literally can go into like some type of criminal field. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of like, if all of these things that they were saying about each other were to be true, like somebody would have been arrested by this point. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you guys recall, but I had made a video to where Valet was saying that Santos had put his hands on her. And I'm like, y'all, like, where was the whole proof with that? And like, supposedly Jordan was there, but then Jordan didn't do anything about it. So I'm like, this whole entire situation to me, I'm so sorry. From her, it seems to be made up. Do you know what I mean? And obviously Jordan, I'm so sorry. He's the same. Look, I feel like when you obviously have enemies online, I wouldn't believe what they're saying because you know they're gonna like go with the most outlandish story, even if it's not the truth. I do want to go ahead and play another clip though before we get into Santos, okay? And I'm sorry that I'm taking a little long over here because I'm like, there's just so many moving parts to this. That 2K obviously had heard about this too before everything had came out. By the way, too, I forgot to mention, Valet's like little version of that came out before Santos and Brianna Olsen even went back onto TikTok Live. And then 2K actually had commented about it too. And I have to say, okay, I'm keeping it real with you guys. You guys remember recently I made a video about 2K falling off and everyone was saying that he fell off. I have to say, I feel like he's really showing that he's like not engaging in the drama and that he's not like getting too involved in it. That may be temporary, okay? That may be temporary because obviously everyone said that he fell off just because he's not engaging in the drama. But I do think a lot of people start to realize like, oh shit, if I don't engage in the drama, then my paycheck's gonna go down. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I'm saying, okay, don't hold your breath on that. Maybe he's obviously just being wholesome right now because maybe he's like, you know what, I don't want to partake in this drama. But I do have to say this, okay? Being that it was rumored that Santos allegedly put his hands on Bree, I really like his response. Like, he was just kind of like, you know what, I'm not going to talk about it. Like, I don't think that that's good for me to do. And I'm like, okay, like, he's showing to be pretty mature. Check this out.
So I know everybody's going to ask, so, you know, why not just address it? Why not just address it, right? Yes, I heard what happened this past weekend, right? I'm sure we're all seeing it. You know, I feel like it's in my family's best interest to not speak about anything right now. And we'll speak about it, you know, after court. I feel like I definitely learned from my mistakes in the past, just speaking on shit right away. And anytime I've ever stayed silent, it's always worked out in my favor. So God's timing, I'm not going to talk about it.
I gotta keep it with you guys. I really do like his response right there by saying that he's not going to respond about this. And I do think it is very smart because a lot of people get out there and they like make these videos of like saying this and this and this. And it's like you're stirring the pot more when you don't even know the truth. Do you know what I'm saying? And this is why I always say too within my videos, like as of right now, at the time of me filming this, or these are the details that we know right now. And I'll make an update about this because obviously situations change. And I really do feel like when you want to like speak out about something that you don't know the full story on, you gotta like, proceed with caution. You gotta walk on thin ice because you obviously don't want to say something that is not true because that could be very dangerous. Okay, so I liked his response and I do think that it was really good because obviously he could have got out there and he could have like bashed Santos and said X, Y, and Z, but he didn't. Do you know what I mean? And I think he doesn't know what the truth was. Do you know what I'm saying? Anyways, I do want to go ahead and play this clip right here to where Santos addressed the situation and said why he got arrested. Once again, okay, and this just may be me playing devil's advocate, okay? We obviously don't know like the full story. So obviously he could be making it seem like it wasn't that big of a deal, that he was just, publicly intoxicated and that was pretty much it. Because I do got to keep it real with you guys. I'm a little thrown off at exactly why the charges were under DV. Yes, I know people were saying that technically DV doesn't mean that it was like your partner. It could have been like just somebody within your friend group. Like say, for example, if you're like at a house party and you like, throw it down with a friend or something, that technically could be charged underneath DV, which by the way, I got to keep it with you guys. I did not know that. Okay. Because I had thought all along that DV was against your partner. I thought that was a specific thing. I thought other than that, it would be considered battery. That's what I thought it was. But now I'm like, wait, all these other people are saying no, DV can be this, and this. So I'm like, I don't know. That's why I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to speak on that because I'm really, confused about this. Check out this clip right here.
Okay, I'm gonna explain it now. I'm gonna explain it just a little bit because it's just stupid. We were having a great time. I barely had slept. I slept 2 hours. I was excited about going to Catalina, and then where did I start drinking? I started drinking on the boat, and I guess that's where it started. And yeah, I just remember blacking out, and then just everyone's yelling at me to get off the cliff. And I'm like, I want to jump into the waters. So I was just stupid. Because you're hurting. I don't want to say that because yes, I miss my daughter. I wish things could have been different, and we could have been enjoying Father's Day a different type of way. But not everything goes over. It's a complete misunderstanding. The neighbors.
You know that over 1,000 people requested the body cam, right?
It's on. Frank Garza. Understand. The neighbors are hearing yelling. They were yelling at me to get off the cliff because I went to go retrieve something that I threw. I fell off the cliff. I was drunk and I messed up. Okay? I shouldn't have been drinking in the first place. And second of all, I should have just calmed down. All right? This is not too much. I don't have to say too much. That's how it is. I mean, whatever the neighbors wanted to put, wherever, we know the truth. We know the truth.
Okay. Can you give us a full rundown of what exactly happened?
I drank.
Because you know that we're going to get the video, right?
Yes, you're going to get the video of me literally just saying, I hate Father's Day. Father's Day. You're going to see me getting mad about Father's Day. You're going to see me crashing out. You're going to see why. You're going to see me saying Father's Day. I hated myself. Yes, I don't have my daughter with me. And yes, that's the reason why I was drinking myself to that point. Yes.
So what did MJ do to you?
MJ tried to stop me from being explosive. I wasn't listening. I wasn't listening because first, again, I wasn't listening. I was drunk. Second, because I was hurt. I'm hurt. I couldn't listen to him. I hated myself.
Look at that.
Who am I going to listen to if I can't even listen to myself?
Look at the fish.
I didn't hit me.
There y'all saw right there in both of those clips his side of the story. In the second one, by the way, he was on live with that guy Mechon, which by the way, this guy Mechon, low key, I almost feel like, I don't know why, for some reason he gets all the tea immediately from all of these people, and it's so weird because everyone makes it out like they don't like him. Like Bree has talked trash about him, Ash has talked trash about him, Santos has talked trash about him, but then they all spill the tea to him, which I'm like, I don't quite get. Like, I really am so confused how that whole dynamic works. But nonetheless, you guys heard from right there. He was basically saying that he was drunk in public. He threw something off of a cliff. He went to go get it. And I guess the people that owned the house or the neighbors or something like that had came out, and basically they're the ones that had called the cops. Here's where I am super confused, okay? Catalina is obviously a part of California. I would think that they have the same state laws there as they do. I'm obviously born and raised in California. I have to say this, wouldn't that be either like a, what is it called? Like disorderly conduct or public intoxication, or say, for example, even if he did end up fighting with somebody, wouldn't it be battery? Like, why is the charge DV? That's where I'm so thrown off. I don't want to jump the gun here, and I'm not even trying to like plant a seed in your guys' head, but this is where I'm genuinely confused. And that's where I'm just kind of like, okay, so he's saying his side of the story, but to me, I would think that he would be charged for, public intoxication. That's what I would think. So I'm just kind of like, where does the whole DV come in? I don't know. I'm waiting, obviously, and I will be making an update video as soon as more details about this come out. But I have to say that everybody, you guys are going to see in a couple days or whatever, because I'm going to make a separate video about the whole Brianna Olsen side of the story. She is saying that he didn't hit her. So obviously, yes, okay, we do got to keep it real here that a lot of people do cover up for their, you know, abusive partners. A lot of times they feel ashamed, they feel embarrassed, you know what I mean? And they feel the need to protect their partner. So she could totally obviously be lying to try to cover up for him. However, I'm so thrown off by that. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm like, wait, like, if he didn't put his hands on her or the other girl that was there or even the other guy that was there, like, what? Why would it be charged under DV? If you guys know more of these types of laws, let us know in the comment section, because I'm so thrown off. Because honestly, like, the more that I look at this, I'm like, if his like story is true, like, wouldn't he just have been arrested for, you know, public intoxication? That's what I would think, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, y'all, that's his side of the story right there. Like I said, I will make another video talking about Brianna Olsen's side of the story. It's very, very long because let me give you guys a little spoiler, okay, before I end this video. She is saying that they're like breaking up because of this whole situation, and she just thinks it's better for her and her court case, like, to, you know, help get her 50% custody of Winter, that it's better that they break up. But I've been seeing them on live like everything's fine, acting all lovey-dovey and stuff. So I'm like, I'm so confused right now. I'ma just, you know, hold out until we get this body cam footage, because I really do think that more details are going to come out about this. Also, too, like, okay, I know that people keep on saying, oh, Catalina is like, oh, it's a really strict island or whatever. I'm like, yo, I've been to Catalina many times. I'm like, it's like going to California. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just a little bit thrown off by this. But let me shut my mouth, okay? Make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions about everything. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, Girl Scout.